Pegasus chess makes me feel like I've been transported to an alternate universe where cheating is somehow okay and the only way to improve at chess is repeatedly hitting yourself with a hammer over and over and over again. In the video I'll teach you how to beat everyone at chess in 17 minutes. He's indeed gonna show you how to beat everyone by using an engine. Now let's see what remarkable advice is gonna come from a man who can't even beat a toddler without turning on stockfish.
Most players either play way too aggressively, sacrificing, attacking their opponent, which eventually leads to strategic and positional mistakes.
Great advice. Oh no, what a strategic and positional mistake. I just lost my queen. Do not attack is possibly one of the most harmful pieces of advice you can give to a beginner or intermediate player. Knowing when and how to sacrifice material is one of the first steps to actually win in chess games.
You will be able to always find good moves.
Here in this position, Pegasus chess played the move pawn to e3. While this is certainly not a mistake, it is at least interesting to think about the fact that you are blocking out your dark square bishop.
All you need to remember is these letters. C, C, T, O. Check, capture, threat, optimize.
Fantastic thinking system you've got there, buddy. You've got no checks, you have no captures, and your only threats hand a pawn. Also, do you know how insulting that term optimize is? Why is c4 a better optimization than knight c3? Doesn't this develop a piece? Isn't this also optimizing the position further? These things need to be explained to people if they want to improve at chess.
So a lot of the game you need to optimize.
What does that mean? And before you're all gonna tell me, hey, but he does explain it.
So first of all, I like using my e-pawn, d-pawn and c-pawn to influence the center.
That's not an explanation.
These three pawns are very important pawns.
These three pawns are very important pawns. Some would say they're the greatest pawns. God, we're 4 minutes in and he's only managed to repeat himself. I couldn't think of more useless content if I wanted to.
Okay, the opponent moves into our position. Should we take this? We have a possible capture. Well, if we take this, we help them because getting a pawn to e4 is amazing strategically because this pawn attacks the knight, and if this knight is gone, they will think about starting a kingside attack here.
I'm not saying that capturing here is the best idea or even that it's a particularly good idea, but after you bring the knight back and f5 happens, there's still a lot left to calculate. Can't we play f3? And let's say after this capture we bring our knight back. Where is this kingside attack gonna come from?
We have a possible threat. Queen to d3 as a threat. This move as a threat because if my opponent doesn't do anything, we just take.
The point of queen d3 is if they do nothing, they hand a pawn. Let's assume for a second that our opponent isn't an idiot when we consider moves. Queen d3 is a ridiculous move. It has a very interesting positional idea. It's that after the move f5, which is gonna happen because they're not just gonna hand a pawn for no reason, the center is now less flexible, meaning we can start an attack on the queen side. Our opponent is gonna play on the king side. That doesn't take away from the fact that queen d3 is an incredibly weird looking move. Why are we bringing the queen to d3? Don't we accomplish the same thing on d2? And you know what? Queen c2 is better. Why? Let's say they go f5 again. Here we can take, and guess what? We're winning a pawn. Can't they take this with the queen? We have a skewer. We're picking up their queen. White is completely winning. Am I saying that you need to spot this IT before you play queen c2? Of course not. But simplifying chess to I make a threat that is good defeats the point of actually playing chess. Chess is a game in which concrete calculation is always going to beat out over a thinking system that prioritizes making one move threats. Why did we play queen to d3 then? When queen c2 looks more natural to me and at the same time creates a stronger threat. Oh, I know why. Because it's the second move of the engine. No human would come up with the move queen to d3 in this position. And you know what's really funny? I looked at the Lee Chess database. I'm right. Queen d3 has never been played out of 4,218 games. And before you're gonna tell me you don't know if he's a cheater, he's had multiple accounts banned from chess.com, which is the main reason why in his videos he no longer shows his account.
I am a little bit worried here about the possibility of black playing knight to b4, so we will just play a3.
Question: if you're concerned about knight b4, why weren't you concerned about it in this position? position. It's certainly a playable move. You're not gonna tell me that now you're gonna try winning the pawn. But all of this is making queen d3 sound like a more ridiculous move. If you're concerned about knight b4, you're not gonna play queen to d3 here.
To b4, which also helps us because now we can develop this bishop to b2.
This guy is so obsessed with not playing the top move of the engine, but instead playing the second best move, that he's not taking a free pawn when it's offered to him. Do you know how ridiculous that is?
So we need to see if there is something we can do here. The way that you will find the best moves is still the same. It's still using
this piece of analysis that you're gonna see is frankly ridiculous.
the thinking system, checks, captures, and threats. But we are slowly getting at a point where there will be checks, captures, or threats. We already have a check that loses the queen, but it shows us that there is already some tension on this diagonal.
I have no words for this. If you're a beginner, you genuinely deserve better. I'm gonna wholeheartedly recommend to you the works of Jeremy Silman, whose books have helped me more than I can possibly tell you. And he's not gonna teach you that handing your queen shows that you have a better position. And if you think that this is innocent, this guy is selling a book called the Pegasus system, in which he, a confirmed cheater, is gonna sell you his system of winning chess. Maybe it will teach you great advice like don't move pawns, do not defend, just get checkmated, do not attack, I guess just sit there and do nothing, do not trade pieces, haven't I sacrificed enough? And beat basically everyone, just beat them.
Our opponent made their first mistake by allowing us to do this. They attack the queen, that's definitely a problem, so we need to move. And I also want to keep an eye on that pawn, so I think we will just go back to the square we came from.
And it just keeps going on. So in this position, white played the move pawn d5, which is a really nice move because it opens up the line to the king. Then he follows it up by saying, my opponent just attacked my queen. If I'm looking at this, my first thought would be, our queen is hit, but we want to open this diagonal. Let's drop back to either b3 or like a2. If I look at the engine, queen d3 is the better move, but that has to do with this resource, knight d8. It all just gets very concrete and a little bit ridiculous, but if we're just talking about our thinking system, this move makes a lot more sense than this one. If you want to come to the conclusion that queen d3 is the best move, you need to think very concretely, which he's not doing.
My goal was not to attack my opponent, my goal was just not to make any mistakes and slowly improve my position, following my philosophy, following my thinking system, and we are already actually completely winning, I think.
With my thinking system, you too can win all your games. Open a new tab, go to the analysis board, and then there will be a helpful display on the side showing you what moves to make. Winning like this is so easy, it should be illegal. It probably won't surprise you to learn that he eventually ended up winning the game. So what did we actually end up learning from this? Well, the lessons are don't attack, don't move pawns, do not defend, do not attack again. You don't need openings, don't trade pieces, don't move pawns, push every pawn, quit using openings, don't move pawns. He's really hung up on this one. Chess is easy, but it's also hard. Never attack. Beat everyone cause losing sucks. Use an engine to win all your games. And never under any circumstance calculate out multiple moves and try to think logically about the position. Flip-flop between plans all the time. Because chess is all about making meaningless one-move threats. And that's how you too can get banned on chess.com.